recruiter having a hard time in convincing candidates for the contract and contract to hire roles when it primarily comes to our domestic market, Indian market, where the candidates are showing their interest towards the full-time roles, but there are very less full-time roles available, looking at the current situations. So what would be your suggestion for this sort of situation?
Yeah, I think all these are market dynamics really played by the supply and demand, right? The supply of talent and demand of the talent. At a stage where it gets equilibrium. So what happens is if everybody wants a full-time job, there is a reason why, because I think now, if you actually pre-pandemic, right, people have given less importance to healthcare benefits in India, especially, right? I said, well, what's my take home? I don't, they didn't pay much attention to healthcare. Now with this COVID and pandemic, and people have experienced a huge, a family burden with healthcare costs and hospitalizations of the family members and stuff. And people are paying attention to those healthcare costs involved. So I think that's one reason why it's pushing people to say, you know what, we'll take a full-time job, we'll have these medical benefits and stuff, right? But I think, even for the contract workers, the companies are realizing that that's something that's an important for even the contract employees to we get extended for it. But I think, when it comes to a stage where they will not able to find anybody who can take up the contract roles, and I think the industry will look into it, options of providing such benefits to even extending those benefits to even the contractors in the near future. I think that's inevitable in the industry is going to happen. So I think when some of these things brings into picture, then it kind of, okay, you know what, we're good. You have more flexibility. You have more hours in hand. You can pick a job. You can out of the job in time. And then those kind of flexibilities that you will not get it in a full time. But I think now with this pandemic, with the healthcare costs going up exponentially, I think when these contract jobs comes with these kind of benefits, I think it'll kind of smoothen out the demand curve. But for the recruiters, I think they will see the trend. What you're saying is absolutely true. But I think that will change because if you don't find contract employees to work on a project for a year or two, then I think these things will eventually gets into effect. And so I see this is going to happen even for the contract employees, extending some of these benefits irrespective of whether a full-time or contract.